So tell me how it is for you. You're walking around with your gear on.
Yeah.
You want to be governor. What's it like to walk around here and everybody sees you? And
it's so awesome to be with the people of Wisconsin. It's what makes Wisconsin great. It's the people, and being able to see them firsthand, press flesh, burn a little shoe leather as you're doing it in the shadow of Tommy G. Thompson. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, you are fully going. Look at that.
Yeah.
For governor,
all swagged out.
You have all the swag and everything. Are you happy that Scott Walker announced that he's not running?
I would walk over hot coals to still have Governor Walker in the mansion. But, I think he put out an article just today, if I'm not mistaken, about wanting to support the best conservative candidate, and I look forward to earning his support.
I want to ask you about the budget. You've been critical about the state budget. A lot of people we've talked to were glad that Republicans and Tony Evers worked together. Robin Vos, the speaker, said it was the most compromising he's ever done on a budget. Were those Republicans wrong? Because a lot of them like the budget, and you seem to not really like the budget.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled with it. I think the 20% increase that Governor Evers proposed in spending overall and $2 billion in net new taxes, 1,300 new government employees, and taking us from a surplus to a deficit in 1 year was not good. And this budget that was ultimately signed sucks less than that. So I guess from that perspective, it's a win. But compared to what I would propose and what I have done as Washington County Executive, we've held property taxes flat. 2024, the top property tax collection is the same as it was in 2013. Consequently, our tax rate is the lowest it's been since Bob LaFollette was governor. So much different approach, but I believe strongly in small and effective governments, services that are really good, but just focused in on a few things.
So if you had been a state senator and this deal was struck, would you have voted against this budget?
Well, when I'm governor, I'll be the one proposing it initially. And my frustration started right at the beginning where the governor proposes his budget and they wait until the last five or 6 weeks or whatever it was to even talk to each other. And then the minority leader from the Democrat Party in the Assembly never even got a seat at the table. I think that is unacceptable.
So would you have voted against this?
Well, I'm not a legislator. I'm the executive branch, so I propose these things and don't have to be forced to debate them. I would have done it much differently. That's what I can tell you.
Well, what's interesting in the proposed biennial budget is that the governor, he wanted to have some type of legalizing of weed, of marijuana, medicinal marijuana. He wanted an advisory panel, and all of that was scratched out by Republicans. What is your position on medical marijuana coming to Wisconsin?
Well, marijuana in general, I think if you look, we have to be realists. You look all the way around the state of Wisconsin, every state around us is legalized in some way, shape, or form. Here in Wisconsin, we have hemp laws that allow for Delta 8 or Delta 9, I can't remember which one, 8 to be basically chemically changed, that THC levels are very high. I hear from psychiatrists, I hear from people in the jail, this is a problem, even to the point where it makes the job of our law enforcement officers difficult. So I think we have to have a serious discussion. This is where a Blue Ribbon Commission, I think, can do some serious good work, and that's what I would do as governor.
So the economic impact, because we're always trying to find extra money, you're a county executive, so you know this. The economic impact estimated just 2 years ago would be $71 million a year. And how much are we giving away?
$36 million in tax revenue we gave to marijuana dispensaries last year in Illinois.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I hear people from the Milwaukee area that are willing to drive to the UP. Apparently, their product is better than the one in Illinois. So there's what you're saying makes sense because I'm hearing it on the ground in the 45 counties I visited. I hear it over and over again.
Yes, there's advertisements, there's actual billboards on the highway in Fond du Lac, all the way down to Fond du Lac to go up to the UP.
It's a long drive.
It is.
And people are willing to do it.
But let's be realistic. That's $70 million. Let's say it's $70 million. That $70 million is not going to be a cash cow, so to speak. It's going to have to go right back into mental health services, substance abuse services, and law enforcement so that we can actually administer the program. And I think the bigger problem is if you look at the states around us, they all have a little bit different standard. There is no uniform. So I think the federal government's got to get its act together and come to reality and acknowledge most of these states have legalized. Prohibition has never worked. How do we make this work nationally? And I think that's what the Blue Ribbon Commission has to look at.
Josh Schoemann is with us in our Bank 59 State Fair studios. Why are you a better candidate than Bill Berrien?
Well, I will be the only county executive, the only one with executive level experience in this race, really, no matter who gets in. And if you look at the history of Wisconsin, in my lifetime, there's only been two Republicans that have won. Tommy Thompson, we just talked about, and Scott Walker, who we were talking about earlier. Both of them, when they ran, they were under 45 years old, energetic, press and flesh, burning shoe leather, doing all the hard work, not just an aerial campaign with, ads and mailers and all that stuff, but really talking to people where they're at. No one will outwork me in this campaign. I'm the only one with the executive experience, and I'm the profile that has won in Wisconsin. That's why I think I'm the best candidate.
Well, he's going to say he's a business executive. He's a CEO of a company.
Yeah, 800 employees in Washington County when I originally started. Today we have 625. Nonetheless, that's a large organization. I think you scale that up very easily to the state of Wisconsin. And let me tell you, government is not a business. You can apply business principles, but it is not the same. They're much different. In government, we're not trying to create new customers, and we're not trying to create revenue or profit. We're trying to deliver important government services and just do a few of them really well.
Josh Schoemann with us here at WTMJ. Donald Trump has not endorsed a candidate. He may not. Only Donald Trump knows that, right? How important would the Donald Trump endorsement be to your campaign if that were to happen?
I think it's super important. In the Republican primary, if Donald Trump decides he's going to pick someone, it's pretty much over. So it's important, but more important than that is what the primary voters in the state of Wisconsin want. And that's why I'm trying to meet them where they're at. I think we've talked to you about our backyard barbecue series before. Maybe you've heard about it. It's literally meeting a dozen or two people at their house and just talking to them. What I talk to them about is, what is the number one issue you want to see changed in January 2027 when I'm governor? And overwhelmingly, the top two issues are the affordability of living in this state, taxes, energy, groceries, everything, and education. And which is amazing with the so-called education governor office. But there's a lot of changes that we need to make. And I just had a great conversation with a number of teachers from kind of all over the southern part of the state. I look forward to tackling those issues and doing it together with a large group of people.
How are you able to campaign and still do your job as Washington County Executive?
It's a big juggling act. Fortunately, in today's world, with Zoom and phones and cell phones and all that stuff, it's much easier than I can't imagine what it would have been like even before COVID. But it is nonstop, 7 days a week. We are constantly working.
If you become governor, what will be the top priority?
When I become governor, we've got to make things more affordable, because it's what I'm hearing first from the people. Their vision for the state is a place where young people can come back and afford to be able to live, and retirees aren't fleeing. I want to make Wisconsin a place people are proud to be, not just be from.
Is there any smack talk that's begun between you and Berrien at all?
I don't think so.
Or we've
got a few pictures together.
Lieutenant Governor Rodriguez.
I've seen some smack talk between Tom Tiffany and Bill Berrien's people, which has been kind of entertaining to watch. But no, I've never met the Lieutenant Governor before, so I'm hoping as I walk out, I get to sneak a handshake or something like that. This is I think my 13th or 14th fair that I've been to, and of course the fair of all fairs in Wisconsin. And one of my favorite things to do, of course, walk the barns, talk to the kids and the families, and stand at the Republican booth, no doubt. Hey guys. But then I really enjoy going up to the Democrat booth and just having a conversation, because I think one of the things in American politics and in Wisconsin as well, we're too busy talking past each other. We're not talking with each other. And so I think it's really important to have those conversations. Greta Neubauer would be sitting at the table when we make final budget decisions when I'm governor.
Yeah, I think that's what Wisconsinites want. They want the budget process was collaborative this time, minus a couple things, important points that you did make. But I think Wisconsinites want that, right? Don't they want us to talk together? As Washington County Executive, have you had to do that?
Oh, absolutely, all the time. We're in the middle of trying to re-envision what we're going to do with our two-year campus of the UW, which was closed a year ago. And it's tough, right? I mean, that's been 60 years of history of community investment in that facility, and now something else has to happen. You're looking around the state at what other counties are doing. They're tearing their facilities down. We're trying to figure out who are the partners that we can work with to continue the investment, continue education in there, and hopefully have some community access. It's a heck of a back and forth, but that's what being a public servant's all about.
Cream puff or corn dog? You can have one or the other here at the Wisconsin State Fair. What's it going to be?
Cream puff, for sure.
Okay, now they have new flavors. So is it strawberry, chocolate, or the original cream puff?
Oh, original, always.
I think so, too. Have you been in the new dairy building?
I have not
incredible.
been in the new dairy building.
Fried pickles or a brownie?
Fried pickles.
Oh, I win. John
that's Julia's all-time favorite. Miller Lite or a nice, crisp Sauvignon Blanc?
Oh, summer shandy.
Summer shandy, even better. That's a great choice. That's a great choice. He is Josh Schoemann. He is a Republican running for governor. He's the Washington County Executive.
Love you, Paul.
Yeah, we had Paul. We had Paul in here yesterday, as a matter of fact. Josh, thank you for making yourself available. We appreciate it. Good luck.
Thanks for having me. Good to be with you again.